Hi, good day everyone. It's my pleasure to share with you my learning experience and knowledge in my teaching profession. Please tell us about yourself. What are your interests and hobbies? I'm Miss Charlene T. Boktok. My colleagues and friends call me Miss Cha. I am a hardworking single mom of 2 adults and a guardian of my special sister, 31 years old, with her 6 years old daughter. I believe that we should live life to the fullest and focus on the positive thoughts amidst the adversities of life. I work in the Philippines in the Department of Education for 15 years, teaching senior and junior high school and special education. I have the qualities of a good teacher, trustworthy, can do multitasking, more than a job assigned, and a loving teacher. Very patient in handling my students' individual differences and has the ability to manage the students' behavior. I am willing to be trained to any given particular job. I am interested in cooking and baking. It is my daily routine in my small food business as a chef, cooking for at least 30 delicious Filipino dishes. I also love to clean and organize things in our house. Are you involved in extracurricular activities that you could coach or supervise? Yes, I am involved in different extracurricular activities in school, both in regular and special events. I am one of the special events coach in athletics for 5 years, both in division and regional level, who won silver and gold medals. It is my pride as a coach that my athletes make it up to the national level. I am also a choreographer and a dance trainer and compete not only in school but also in the community. Why did you decide to become a special education teacher? A special education is not just a profession. It needs passion and love for children with special needs. Special education teacher was not my interest before until such time that our youngest sister has a mild mental retardation and with speech defects. She got bullied and made her to stop from going to school. That was the time I decided to learn and study about special education and how to handle my sister to help my parents to cope up and accept that she is a special child. That was the reason why I decided to become a special education teacher, and I learned to love them more and accept their disabilities. Are you currently employed as a teacher? Yes, I am currently employed as a teacher in Graceville Learning School at Barangay 3, Talakag, Bukidnon, Mindanao, Philippines. How many hours per day do you teach and how many days per week? Since this time is pandemic, we have scheduled online classes to cater our students 5 hours a day and 5 days a week. We do home visitation, following the minimum protocol once a week to follow up their modular output. Briefly describe your teaching experience. What special education subjects have you taught and what grade level? It was a challenging experience to be with my high school special education class with different disabilities. A learning disability, hearing impaired, visually impaired, and low vision students from grade 7 to senior high school. I taught them the transition program on how to make money for a living. Most of them comes from a poor family. I taught them on how to cook viands, to bake bread, cakes, and cookies. They sell their cooked products within the school campus, and we taught them how to save money through savings in their piggy bank. I also taught them beauty care, how to do manicure, pedicure, foot spa, and makeup services. Aside from the transition program, I also taught them in physical and health education and values education. Briefly describe other work experiences you have had besides teaching. I also do part-time jobs as choreographer in drum and lyre, a dance trainer, pageant organizer, and also a performer. I am also one of the member and a board of director in one of the cooperatives in our town from 2018 to 2021. Have you ever worked in the United States? If so, when, where, and why? I have never been to US, and if given the chance, this would be the first time to work in the United States of America. What do you hope to be doing professionally 5 years from now? It's always been my dream to help the less fortunate children with special needs. Looking forward 5 years from now, I would love to start making my dreams come true. by catering children with disabilities who can't even go to school because of the status of their life. Convince their parents to bring their children to school. They deserve to be educated and feel the value of life regardless of their disabilities. Moreover, looking forward, I will be a successful special education teacher and never cease in helping the children with special needs. If I were to talk to several of your colleagues, how would they describe your personality? My colleagues would describe me as a very talented person, a superwoman, a person who can work under pressure, and a person with a very strong personality to conquer all the trials in life. What would your students say about you? My students would say, I am a very strict teacher. That was their first impression from my students, but when they know me personally and as we go along the way together, you would rather say that I am a helpful and a lenient teacher. How do you prepare to teach your lessons? Before I start my class, I need to prepare myself emotionally, mentally, and physically. Being a teacher, it is a big factor to prepare myself first before I will deliver my lessons to my students so that they will be motivated to participate and understand my lessons very well. I plan my one-week lessons and prepare the needed instructional materials for the different activities for my special learners. What would your lesson plans include? I make my lesson plans based on the individual education plan of the students that includes the objectives, subject matter, resources, teaching strategies, values integration, instructional materials, the procedure, evaluation, and lastly, giving of assignments. Think about the class that you have taught recently. Talk about two of the teaching strategies or methods that you use. Since it's pandemic, we only use mixed modular and online distance learning for my students. What methods do you use to grade or evaluate your students' progress? Aside from evaluating my students' written output, I also rate them based on their performance and actual output on a given activities. If you use technology in your teaching, describe how you use it. Specifically, discuss your experience using a smartboard and the ways that you incorporate it into your lessons. I use PowerPoint presentation to incorporate it in my lessons with videos, pictures, and sound effects. If you have students who are noisy or non-attentive, share with us 2 ways to get them to be quiet and concentrate. It's really hard to deal with students' behavior, but as a teacher, I need to be patient in dealing with my students who are noisy or non-attentive by giving them an icebreaker which is related to our lessons because not all students can learn and get interest with visual learning. There are also students who understand and enjoy their lessons through playing, singing, and acting. Describe the most difficult problem you have had to deal with as a teacher and how did you solve this problem? The most difficult problem that I had encountered in teaching is that we lack of resources and instructional materials in all our activities. And as a teacher, I had to use my initiative and resources to solve the problem. I need to buy the necessary materials in order for me to continue in molding the young and innocent mind of my students. Give one example to show that you are a flexible person and that you can make changes to your teaching methods if that is necessary. I consider myself as a flexible teacher, especially in dealing with the behavior of my students. Especially when I had my ongoing class, 2 of my students fight each other in front of me. So I need to deal with them closely, talk to them, and separate their chairs. One of them do not like to continue doing her activities, and I need to make another activity in which is related to our lessons. Is there anything you would like to add about your qualifications that we may not be aware of? In 2015, I was awarded as Most Outstanding SPED Teacher in district level and first runners-up in division level in visual impaired category. In 2018, I was also awarded as Outstanding Special Education Teacher both in district and division level. Have you spoken to your family about going to the United States to teach? Is there anything such as a family member that might object your leaving home? Are you aware that your family members may not join you here until approximately 4 to 6 weeks after your arrival? All my family members are very supportive in my plans to teach in United States, and I'm very much aware of the condition that my family can't join me until my 6 weeks of stay in United States. Do you understand and accept that FACES is a 3-year program, and after 3 years, you must return to your home country? Do you agree to this? I fully understand and accept that FACES is a 3-year program, and after my contract, I must return home to my country. That would be all.